Ohio State, Illinois, big matchup in Champaign. And honestly, Illinois kind of flexed its muscles down the stretch. Tio, starting with you, what was your biggest takeaway from this game?
My biggest takeaway is when Illinois is really good, Illinois can be really good. It's just how are those pieces going to fit together? That's been basically the situation all season. Do they really want to play together? Are they good when they play together? They showed that they're good when they play together. And they're also going up against an Ohio State team, guys, that one of the youngest teams in that league. And we all talk about the Big Ten. It's one of the older conferences of college basketball. Now, Ohio State's one of the younger teams in that league, and it hurts them. They make some silly mistakes. Those type of things happen. They are talented, but they need time. Towards the middle of February, you're going to see the best Ohio State. I just wonder if it's going to be a little bit too late. But all in all, good win by Illinois.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good win. This Illinois team has been pretty sporadic. And when I watch them play, I think they rely too much on the jump shot. And, I look at it and I look at the threes that they've taken. They went 5 for 28 from the three, and they shot basically 18%. And with that, I think that they're living and dying on bad quality shots. And, when I look at this, I don't think they have much size, and they go with 5 out. And so, they're going to have kind of those streaky games where they come on, they get hot, they look like a really good team. And then all of a sudden they're just going to, not make shots. Obviously they make the three, but still 5 for 28. I mean, that's a lot of threes when you're shooting 18%. And, they got to get something inside a lot more, but I don't think they have the size, but they are a sporadic team. That was a big win for them. And obviously Ohio State, to me, a lot of people thought, had higher expectations. And, like Terrence just said, I think it's going to be too late when this Ohio State team really comes around.
Zed Key was somewhat of a question mark headed into this game. He got injured at the end of the game against Iowa this weekend. Was able still to come back and start this game and look just fine. But back to Illinois, you talk about their offense and taking bad shots. Brad Underwood started running his spread offense at the end of non-conference play, and you saw a lot of times when Illinois generated good offense, it came from back cuts, it came from getting ball reversals, and it came from not settling for those shots. So how, as a team, do you stay disciplined enough to mix up, still trying to play fast, but still staying patient in your half court set where you can get those good shots, Tio?
Well, it comes down to how Terrence Shannon is feeling. I think that's a big thing. Whenever they lost to Indiana, there was a lot of step backs, a lot of tough threes. And we talked about a team that we're going to address later as being a team that takes more contested shots than anybody. Illinois is right there with them whenever they have some of those days. And Terrence Shannon is kind of the culprit of that. Against Indiana, they weren't moving the basketball. I can promise you, Brad Underwood was all over that. They moved the ball from side to side, and then they get some inside presence from my man Dane Danger every now and then. They just have to get it to him every now and then. The big fella, the danger zone, whatever you want to call it.
Danger zone.
Every now and then, he's got to give you something. And he was able to score a couple times. Didn't play much, struggled with some foul trouble, but you got to have some inside presence. If you don't have that, you at least got to get some rim pressure. And whenever that ball's not swinging from side to side, it's harder to attack closeouts. And that's where Illinois has struggled at times this season.
Yeah, for me, when I look at it, I think it's trying to get easy buckets. And I think whenever you can get layups and easy buckets, I think then it's really going to open things up for you, especially for shooters. And getting quality shots is a big deal. But I'm a big believer in also pushing the ball and playing with a lot of pace. And then sometimes that requires you defensively to get out there and force some turnovers, which is going to translate to easy buckets. And then you're going to get your confidence up and your team's going to be rolling. But I remember when I was watching Illinois, I was watching them when they played Mizzou, and Mizzou just steamrolled them in St. Louis. And I thought this team, I was like, man, I can't believe the hype around Illinois. And then I watched them tonight, and it's just like they flipped a switch. It's unlike anything I've seen, but yeah, they had it rolling.
One player who I have really enjoyed watching, I thought shined tonight, was Coleman Hawkins. He had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He's already had a triple-double this year, but his versatility to me is so impressive because he's 6'10". He can play down in the post with his back to the basket. He can face up and take you off the dribble, but he can handle that thing like a freaking point guard. I was watching him and so impressed with how he was taking it from the elbow and able to make his move handling the ball into the paint. What do you need to see from Coleman Hawkins from the standpoint of, does he have to go out and get nearly a triple-double every game for Illinois to be successful, or can he have some more casual nights for them?
Go ahead, T.
Well, for me, 6'10", when I see this kid, I would put a lot of money saying he's not quite 6'10" when I see him play. But I would also say that, you can't ask a guy to be Superman to win. I think within the flow of the game, when I'm looking at the stat score, I see he went 1 for 6. Kind of like, I'm talking about the easy buckets are huge, but also the 6 assists, that is big time. When you get somebody that has 6 assists, I don't care if it's from the point guard, but a forward, that's big time. So, just sharing the ball and also 3 blocks, that's big. Anytime you have a rim protector like that, that translates not only to, keeping points off the scoreboard for the other team, but also that's energy and that gets your team motivated. So, it looked like they had good chemistry tonight as well. When I watched them play, guys were high-fiving. So, guys feed off of that. So, yeah, Hawkins, when I say, he brings things, doesn't necessarily rely on scoring so much and affects the game in a positive way without scoring, I think that makes a huge difference for him.
His ability to rebound the ball and then able to start the break, Illinois is just able to play faster, T.O.
Yeah, they are. But here's the thing I need from Coleman Hawkins more than anything. And Hummel kind of makes a joke like, yeah, he does it against directional schools, like Northwestern, Eastern Illinois, like things like that. And there's something to be said there. Consistency. That's what you need from Coleman Hawkins more than anything, because you don't know what you're going to get on a night-to-night basis. And he's a guy that thrives out on the perimeter whenever he can make decisions, but he just hasn't always been there. You look at their win at Minnesota. Now, it was at Minnesota. Minnesota's struggling. He only played 17 minutes. He ends up with 3 points. Michigan State, they win. He scores 9 points. What are you going to expect from a night-to-night basis? He has the most pro potential of anybody on that roster. Listed at 6'10". I'm just going to say listed, Tyler, because you've already questioned his actual height. So
you think he's 6'9" or 6'8"? What are you thinking?
I haven't seen him in person. I'm just going off the eye test. If I had to get true, I would say maybe 6'8". What do you think, T.O.?
I'll give him 6'8.5", 6'8.5", 6'9". But he's long, he's bouncy. I mean, he does so many
Got
things.
The hair a little bit to give him an inch.
Yeah, so give him 6'10". Yeah. I'll give him 6'10" just for the sake of the argument. So 6'10" can do a lot of different things. I thought he was going to be utilized at that elbow action and some of that spread that you referred to, Megan. But I just need consistent effort from Coleman Hawkins. He spews potential like that. You look at this guy, all this length, all this athleticism. He's fluid when he handles the ball. If nothing else, you don't have to put up a triple-double every day, but you need to put up consistent effort in what you're doing. Whenever he's good, Illinois is really good. And tonight was a perfect example of that.
So the Illini have now won 5 of its last 6 games. Are you convinced that this is a team that can truly compete, maybe not for a Big Ten title, but to finish in the top 4 in the league?
You got your Big Ten standings there with you, T? You got your Big Ten standings with you?
I don't, but I can tell you off the top of my head, if they play like they did tonight, I definitely, and it's easy to say that, but like T.O. said, consistency is a big deal for this team. If they can stop, looking sporadic and going on these, games where they look really good and then have games where they just look like, who is this?
Like Indiana.
Yeah, get consistency, and I think they can be a top 5, finish in the top 5 in the Big Ten, no question in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with Tyler. And big reason is the middle of the Big Ten is a hodgepodge. It's like a chicken pot pie. There's just everything in there. You don't know,
chicken pot pie.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get next. There's just so much stuff in there. Is it a pea? Is it a carrot? Is it some chicken? I don't know, but it tastes good. So here's the thing with the Big Ten. The thing about Illinois that is intriguing the most is they have Dane Danger, who stepped up and he can guard some of these bigger guys. Not Trace Jackson Davis, couldn't guard him. The other guys, he gives you some serious size. But in my mind, guys, they're not going to win the Big Ten. But because of the style in which they play, it's entirely possible that this could be the team from the Big Ten that could make one of the bigger runs in the NCAA tournament because of how their roster is constructed. They're big, they're switchable, they can beat you different ways offensively. Dane Danger's big, you can get a post feed there. You got Terrence Shannon, who has hit big shots in the tournament. and you have all these multi-positional guys that you can plug and play. That's why I think Illinois at the end of the year, if they get into the tournament, because God knows what's going to happen, they've been like a boat, like out in the middle of the ocean. Like, it's been tough. It's been up and down. Get my man Underwood some Dramamine because he needs it. Like, it is just, there's so much going on with this team. You get some consistency, you're going to get a really good Illinois team and a really dangerous Illinois team come tournament time, because they're more suited to winning the NCAA tournament than the majority of the Big Ten.